Good evening and welcome to Blue Dream Love and Wellness. Tonight we are talking about vitamins for total body health. And we always start things out just a little bit differently. And we know I'm kind of odd, so we're going to start even more differently. Today, when I prayed this evening, it asked me to actually bring a card forward, an oracle card. So what came up today is this little beauty. Her name is Solitude. And there's a reason behind here. So the reason is, if you can see all the beautiful things, I don't know if you can see all the little fairies and all the little beautiful things she has in her lap and in her hands. Can y'all make that out okay? I hope so. So what it says, and I kind of brought it down, do you feel at times that you are constantly connected to your telephone or to other people, that your energies are all over the place because we're constantly being pinged, hit, come do this, come do this, come do this? Or maybe you feel totally disconnected from everything because you don't ever get a chance to have downtime. We need to take downtime. We need to find that solitude for ourselves because it helps us to remember how important we are in life. And it gives us the ability to access our own inner thoughts and our own inner minds, and to be able to bring that peace and that harmony into ourselves, because we need that each and every day, even if it's 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, even if it's 5 minutes total. We had a young lady that her little ones, she would get so frustrated. And she didn't want to leave them alone. She didn't want to go into another room. So what she did was took all their toys and everything out of the playpen. She got in the playpen. She told them to leave her alone, and they learned to leave her alone because they said when she came out of that playpen after 5 minutes, she was much happier than when she went in. So just that tiny little bit of solitude can help us connect with our inner selves, and we really need to do that. So here's an affirmation for you. And you can repeat it in your ears. You can write it down. You can repeat it after. And I wrote it down just so I wouldn't mess it up. I welcome the opportunities to spend time in solitude and become reacquainted with myself. Do y'all ever take time to get reacquainted with yourself? Mm-mm. Dave, you don't have time to reacquaint anything, do you? Alyssa, do you ever have time to reacquaint yourself and to have that quality time with you?
Sometimes, but I don't take it.
We all need to take it. I have been passing it off and not doing it either. In the last couple of weeks, I've learned how hard that is not to do that. Now, another thing I'm doing and starting to do with this, y'all know how much I love my AO scanner. So I have Blue Dream Love and Wellness up here, and I have it set on abundance. So everybody in this room with us and those that will come to see it will receive the frequencies of abundance in their life, and it will carry on for several hours and even days. So as I said, tonight is about vitamins. And give me just a second here. Is it going to let me have it? It may not. Okay, here we go. Yeehaw, there we go. So welcome. Webinar 147, Vitamins for Total Body Wellness. Okay, so vitamins, as we know, are so very important, and especially for total body wellness, especially at this time in our lives and in the world. We know that regularly taking vitamins actually helps our body in good workings. It keeps us working hard and our bodies functioning appropriately as they should and is required in all processes every single day. Vitamins, as we know, play a big role in our life, but most people don't take vitamins or they're afraid to. But we're going to discuss vitamins that you should probably take in your life, but we're going to talk about muscle testing and not muscle testing. So we need vitamins to macroly break down all these nutrients like carbohydrates and fats and the proteins, which help all our bodies function. But as we get older, those enzymes and those vitamins dissipate and we don't produce them. Some we don't produce at all, and some slow down that process. So then it's very hard for our bodies to get what we need. Now, the typical American diet often fails, and that's right, fails to support and provide the needs for all of us, adults, children, our animals, needed for the proper nutrients for our health. Even individuals who take great pride in eating, vegetarian meals, no processed foods, organic, meats, pasture raised, and all that good stuff. Okay, great. But remember, our soil is depleted of the vitamins and the nutrients that have historically been made part of our food chain. And I think we all realize that. So modern fertilizers can force the ground to grow. Sure, it can. But the dirt itself doesn't retain the vitamins and the nutrients that we need. So American farms are often designed around the philosophy of making everything taste better, right? If you're a farm kid, you know that. If you're not, you still know that that's what farmers are about. But now with the high fructose levels, things are not nutritionally as fit as what they used to be. And that's a very sad state, but the primary goal in life is to be healthy. So do we have any questions here? Okay. Now, the first one we're going to talk about is vitamin A. I know y'all have heard of this, right? So vitamin A has retinol. Retinol, I'm sure you've heard many times. It has several important functions. So these include helping your body naturally defense against illness. Now, all of these vitamins, we all fight against illness, but it also helps with fighting infections and helping the vision in dim light. And it keeps the skin safe and even the internal linings of things like our nose, our mouth, et cetera, et cetera. We keep these healthy. So the food sources, of course, are those lovely leafy greens that some like and some don't like, and the yellow and orange vegetables and squash, tomatoes, cantaloupe, all that good stuff. Okay, we do need those, but we don't always get everything we need because it is depleted. So the benefits, because most people just think, oh, I heard I need to take this, let me run and take this. You don't want to do that because you don't know if your body truly does need it or not. So with taking vitamin A or retinol, it helps to reduce the beautiful fine lines in our faces as we start to age and increase the production of collagen. But what most people don't realize is collagen in several forms actually don't get where it needs to go, because we stop producing collagen by 30% when we reach the age between 13 and 15, and it starts dropping automatically, unfortunately. So when all these people are stuffing collagen down them, but they don't realize if it's not true, 100% collagen, as soon as it hits your gut, it's gone. It's done. It does not get to where it needs to be. So you need to muscle test. Is this collagen 100% pure? Is it aligned for my total body health? Or is it not? Or do I even need it? Now, retinol also comes in shampoos, skincare creams. So make sure you're testing whether you need this or not, because you may not, and it may be too much for your skin. So adding benefits, of course, are releasing these beautiful age spots and softening the rough patches of our skin. So as a whole, does everybody want to test themselves? Or do you want me to test? So what you do, make sure your elbow is balanced here, because if it's not, if you do like this, it wavers all over. So make sure your elbow's balanced. Wrap that puppy around your finger and just balance your head. And you want to say, Lord, do I need vitamin A? And woo, mine's already spinning. Do you see that? So how is yours testing? Do any of you need vitamin A, or do you want me to test as a whole? Would everybody like me to test as a whole?
Yes, please.
God bless you. Good evening, Laura. Okay, so what I'm going to do when I test as a whole is I take everybody's energy. Now I'm going to just balance this energy so everybody's on the same level. And is it all right if I go into everybody's subconscious? It's going to be as a whole. It's not going to be individual. Are we cool with this? I get a yes. Okay. So does everybody need vitamin A that's in this group presently? Yes. Where is the average of everybody's? Ooh, 85%. Okay. And we've got a question here. Oh, you're welcome. Everybody, this is Laura. If you could please say hello and enter her energy into the room. So this is an energy. And it's a no will energy. No will to share. And it feels like it's unsupported in life. If we could mute, please. There we go. Hello, Robert. Nice of you to join us. So, unsupported. And at times we are unsupported in life, are we not? So when we're not supported, our body doesn't support us either, does it? So let's just dissipate this and remove this unsupported in life, and let's replace it with being supported with love and vigor. We always want to be supported, and let us release this no will to share. Okay, everybody, if you please take a deep breath. Let me make sure it cleared from everybody. Blow it out very slowly. Beautiful. Everybody's at 100%. If you please take that on and let your body just absorb that. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so our next vitamin that we're going to talk about, that will let me change it here, are B vitamins. Everybody knows how crucial B vitamins are, right? Our entire body's health is making it possible. And there it goes. It must be starting to storm. It's very crucial for us to extract energy to create our red blood cells and protect our nervous system. Let me double check here. Okay. When we have a storm here up on the mountain, my computer acts all wiggity. So please excuse me. Due to vegetarians, and there it goes again. Due to vegetarians not eating meat, it is very difficult for babies of vegetarian parents to actually acquire the vitamin B. So even through soy milk and milk. So they actually need to supplement for that. And vitamin Bs tend to actually work synergistically with all other vitamins, and it helps them to produce even more energy within our body. So it's very important. But again, does your body need this or does it not need this? So as we serve these beautiful synergistic vitamins, they help us in all areas. Now, B1, I'm sure you've all heard of thiamine, right? So thiamine, as we know, is a micronutrient, and it is found in foods, but it's also synthesized to be a dietary supplement or a medication. And I didn't like to call it a medication, but doctors do call it a med, but it's actually a supplement. So food sources are the legumes, the whole meats, the grains, peas, all that good stuff, and even yogurt. But the vitamin actually helps the cells in the body to convert food into energy. And there it goes again. So if you have enough vitamin B in this properly, you can actually get this to work. So many symptoms when we don't have this, you're tired, you have a loss of appetite, and you have muscle weakness. Have any of you ever experienced this and know that you're low in vitamin B? Robbie, you do, right? So taking man-made thiamine actually restores normal levels of B1 in your body. So do you want me to check again to see if everybody has enough thiamine in their body? Please? Okay. Go ahead and clear the energy. No, we're only at 30%, everybody together. So the first toxin that comes up for this is processed foods. So I'm just going to remove that from everybody, and I'm just going to add in some probiotics, prebiotics. And I'm asking, Silver Shield needs to go in. So I'm just going to flood your bodies with that. And that brings it to 80%. And there's actually a pathogen and a biofilm tear. Is this in your gut? Copper. It's actually in the heart. Okay. So the heart, as we know, needs vitamins to sustain us. So is this a heart wall? It's an emotion and it's heartache. So let me release all heartache. And let's replace it with unconditional love and peace and harmony, and breathe that in and let it just flow. Very good. We're at 100%. Can you feel that? Does anybody feel that change? Okay. The next vitamin, B2, riboflavin. And we don't normally call them by B1, B2. Everybody knows them by their bigger names. So B2 helps the body to convert food, such as carbohydrates, which we don't really need a lot of, but a lot of people eat a lot of it. And it changes it into fuel and the glucose that we need for our body to produce the energy. Now, if you're diabetic, you don't want to eat a lot of carbs because depending on where you're at in your spectrum of what you need to have and what you don't need to have. So foods that are high in riboflavin, of course, is spinach. And spinach helps so many things already. But there's so many other beautiful things that it does. Kidney beans, but you have to be careful with kidney beans because our gut, if our gut bacteria is not where it should be, it's not going to break it down. Spirulina, excellent for energy. Sweet potatoes, excellent. Kelp, again, they just don't help one part of your body. They help several areas of your body. So when you're taking supplement, it accents everything else and it brings you what you literally need. So the deficiency related to not having enough riboflavin is malabsorption and malnourishment. And I'm sure many of us know people who are malnourished and can't absorb their nutrients. And these also include those people with GI infections, and they don't realize that they're not absorbing what they need to be taking in. They don't have a clue. And that's where we come in to play that role. So does everybody think their riboflavin is where it should be? It's not. We're only at 40%. And it's another toxin. It's actually a heavy metal. It's mercury. Now, we know that mercury is in a lot of things, in our fillings, in our teeth, unless we've went old school and had all that removed. But it's also from dental alkaloids, from medical toxins, and it actually comes from coal-burning plants in other areas. So let's see. It's from medical toxins. Some of us have had the COVID shot. Some of us have had COVID. Injections, period. Antibiotics. Okay, we're just going to release those. Everybody, please take a breath in, hold to 6, and through your teeth, tongue up, blow it out hard. We're still not there. We're hiding. Okay, we're not absorbing our fluids. So let me ask why. Okay, that's an energy. And it's a no will energy. Remember, you can have a will to energy, a will to die, a will to suffer, and a no will is like, I have no will to share. I have no will to receive abundance. You just don't want to. It's just what your conscious mind has fed into your subconscious mind, and now it's making it true. No will to be protected. And the emotion is worthlessness. So let's release that worthlessness and let's replace it with worthiness, with vitality, strength, beautiful strength. And I'm just going to flow over you the color of blue, the color of green, just to allow, because remember, colors play a big part in our life. Beautiful. Everybody's at 100%. Please take that breath in and allow that to come right back out, please. Is everybody okay? Everybody feel okay? Okay. Just want to make sure. I don't want anybody having trouble. If you do, pop that microphone on and let me know immediately that you're not okay. So the next one, if this will let me go here. I'm going to have Rob come out here and fix my computer. The next one is very important. Niacin. How many of you have heard of niacin? Okay. So it's very important nutrient to our body, to every single cell of that body, because it helps function and lower cholesterol, ease arthritis, and boost our brain function. And it's very important. But a deficiency could actually result in a condition called pellagra. Has everybody heard of pellagra? Okay. Pellagra itself makes a tirade of different imbalances like dermatitis, dementia, diarrhea, and even death. We had a young lady when I first started with herbs 40 plus years ago. A young lady was very sick and she had a lot of pain in her body. So she was suggested to take niacin, except nobody explained to her not to take it in the amounts, and nobody was teaching her to muscle test. This young lady took so much that she bled to death and did die. So it's very important. Again, does my body require this? Does it need it? Or does it not? So it's very important. So niacin deficiency itself, again, there's the malabsorption and the interaction with certain meds. Remember, don't ever take herbs, vitamins, supplements with your prescribed medication. Take them 2 hours apart. Herbs and vitamins will mess with your medication. Your medication will also mess with the herbs, and you will not absorb either. So make sure they're completely apart. So foods that are high in niacin, peanuts, avocados, brown rice. Again, soak your rice for 24 hours before you eat it. Wash it several times. Mushrooms, green peas. All things, again, muscle test. So let me see, because we don't always need so much. So again, everybody, I'm just going to go in. And we don't. Toxic sound. And it's from negative words. Because remember, when negative words are spoken, what happens to our body? Have you ever thought about that? How do you feel when somebody speaks negatively? Do you hold it inside? Do you let it go in the front door and out the back? Or do you keep it in here and let it eat you up and keep coming back and dwelling on those words? Those words can ruin us. Don't let it do that to you. And if they're stuck, let's get rid of them. So the first thing that comes up is grief. Grief can cause so many imbalances in our body. So let's just release the grief. Everybody take a deep breath. And I want you to let it out very slowly. And then I want you to hold it. And then I want you to breathe it in again. Hold it when you breathe in. And let it go back out. And do it one more time, please. Beautiful. And I'm going to replace grief with unconditional love, peace, honor. And I don't know why he's asking for this, but the Lord says adoration. I do not know why. I'm not going to question anything that he says. Okay, so let's go on to the next one. Vitamin B5. We've all heard of pantothenic acid and the beautiful benefits of pantothenic acid. I utilize it daily, so it is important. So this helps our body to actually convert that food into fuel, because we need that energy. Things are not as they should be, so our body doesn't have as much energy as it actually needs. Vitamin B5 works as a moisturizer on the skin. Remember, everything has more than one nature. And it also helps enhance the healing process of our wounds, especially our skin wounds, but wounds. So what's high in it? It's fortified cereals, But again, that's got gluten in it. If you've got a sensitivity to gluten or you don't eat GMO foods, do not eat that. Organ meat, liver, heart, beef, chicken, mushrooms, avocados, nuts, and dairy milk, believe it or not. But a lot of people don't eat dairy milk because it's not processed like it used to be processed. So unfortunately, our bodies do not get what it needs from dairy anymore. So the deficiency, insomnia, fatigue, restlessness, and the irritation is to the top when you are not fully aligned with this vitamin. It is also used within our bodies to synthesize carbohydrates and proteins and lipids. And if we're not synthesizing these, what is our body going to do? It's going to fight it off. So remember, again, if you're having these problems, this is what's going to show up for you. So let's ask everybody. God and Father, is everybody aligned with pantothenic acid? It's only at 20% as a whole for everybody in the room. It's got a pathogen in there. It's got a biofilm tear. And this biofilm tear is in our cerebrum. And it comes from a toxin. The toxin is adrenaline, cortisol, and noradrenaline. So this means our adrenal glands are taxed. So let's just remove this. And everybody please take in a deep breath and let it out very slowly. Do it again. There's actually body walls of the noradrenaline in the cerebral cortex. So we are going to release these 365/7 permanently. And I don't want to add licorice to everybody because that can, if you have a kidney imbalance or a bladder imbalance, that will cause imbalances here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to spray a little ylang-ylang. And I'm going to send it to you. Hoshan se nan, hoshan se nan. Now you're going to get a little funny taste in your mouth. Some may not. And it's just the herb, the oil coming to you. Beautiful. Okay, we're back up to 100, everybody. And that's where we need to be. If you have trouble with your adrenal glands, remember we need to take really good care of them. Don't overtax. Don't overwork. Try to keep yourself as calm as you can. But it's really hard in this day and time, is it not? So if anybody has any questions, shoot them out. Don't hesitate to unlock yourself or unmute and shoot them at me, okay? So B6, pyrrolidine. Rob, you got to come out and fix my computer, man. So B6, this vitamin actually helps with a number of amino acids in our blood. We do have those and we do need help. So it aids in a much stronger immune system. And with everybody and everything being thrown at us, the energies of the world, our immune system is not functioning as it should. And we need to help it to work better so we don't get as sick as often. There's so many diseases and more showing up every day. We need to knock these out of the park and balance our bodies. A deficiency of this can actually cause much inflammation in your body. Even on the skin, if you've ever seen somebody with a red, scaly, greasy looking patch of skin, it's because their body is low in pyridine. And it could be another thing going on, but this is one of the reasons. But within this, if you ask the person if it's tingling, if it's prickly, if it's numb, more than likely they are low in pyridine. So people can even become really confused, and it's really frightening for them, and it's frightening for the people that have to watch it, very irritated, and their immune system drops like a hotcake. It is very sad if you've ever seen it happen to somebody. B6 helps maintain these amino acids in your blood, and it's very important. And again, we need stronger immune systems. You'll probably hear me say that many, many times because I just do. So vitamin B6 is also very important for normal brain function. development, especially for children, but for all of us. Because remember, our nervous system and our immune systems go down about hand in hand. So foods, bananas, avocados, eggs, etc. So let's see if everybody has pyroxidine at 100%. Not even close. We're only at 32. There's a misalignment. It is in the skeleton. It is in the cranium. Your frontal bone, this bone right here. Somebody's been bopped in the head really hard. And it has your sleep disturbed. Stage 1 is happy, 2 is happy, 3 is not. Oops, I just popped the button, sorry. Shock is what's coming up. And if you had an accident, there would be shock. So let's remove this shock and replace it with eyes to see and allow that calm just to come over you. And that was enough to bring it up to 100. Somebody's talking in my ears here. Let's see what's going on. They told me to stop. There's also an agricultural toxin, a rodenticide. So something has been sprayed for rodents and you have absorbed it and it's landed here and it's actually making this unstable. Okay, very good. Okay. The next one. Wait a minute. Lord says no. Aha. He just wants me to ask you to, whoever got bopped in the head, you know who you are, to add peace and harmony to you and to allow your eyesight to see. You must be having trouble with your eyes also. Okay, he's good with that. Okay. It's kind of cute how he talks. Okay. Cyanocobalamin. How many of you have heard of cyanocobalamin? I'm sure you've heard of B12. B12 is popular, but cyanocobalamin, they used to give injections of these, and they may still when I worked in the medical field, because of the simple fact that people needed it for energy. So for cyanocobalamin, again, it's a water-soluble vitamin, and it is worked for metabolism and how we break things down and how our energy levels go. So it's one of the 8B vitamins, which is required by animals also. And it's a utilization of a cofactor in fatty acids and an amino acid metabolism. And what does that mean? That means that it breaks it down and gives you energy. Bees are very awesome for giving energy. So food for this, again, are eggs. As you see with the vitamin Bs, most of them are the same foods. There's just a little bit of difference. So this helps the body to actually create, the DNA. You got a question here? Yes. You're having difficulty seeing the screen? Maybe the internet connection. It also helps with the formation of healthy red blood cells because this vitamin helps the body create our DNA. And remember that DNA, genetic, and chromosomes can all be utilized and changed when there's something going on. I know you've been taught that you cannot, but we can now go in and do things. So when you're deficient of this actual vitamin, you can experience constipation, diarrhea, loss of appetite, gas, nerve problems, muscle weakness, and problems walking. And it's very sad. People with, and I cannot remember the genetic order, but their disorder, but their body starts breaking down and their bones start breaking down and they literally are crippled, and it's very sad. So you may want to even check yourself more than once a week if this is deficient or if it's appropriate in your body. You can also, with this vitamin, experience vision loss, mental problems like depression, memory loss, and behavioral changes. And also remember that vitamin Bs, and we'll talk about this further, have a big spot with dementia and Alzheimer's because this is lacked. Oh, the vision that I was talking about. Okay. It is hard at times if we're not real intuitive and if we haven't practiced that enough, we're not able to see. So she's asking, she's having difficulty seeing. So at times, if you don't practice this a lot or do it every day, it's hard for you to see and it's hard for you to understand. So the more we practice and the more we work with it, the more beautiful it becomes. So let's see how everybody is on cyanocobalamin. Oh, come on, you silly thing. Doggone it. Just let me go here. Let me raise the energy. Okay, we're at 70%. And there's another pathogen involved. And it's a bacterial. And it's actually pneumonia. Stage 2. And there's an energy involved, and it's a despair anchor. Now, a despair anchor, for those of you that don't know, is a negative statement that we keep making to ourselves. And we say it so often that our subconscious goes, okay, obviously they feel this, I'm going to make this come true. So this despair anchor states, it's pointless to try. Let's release that. And let me replace it with the divine grants us all avenues in life. He will guide us. And it's never pointless to try because there's reasons and blessings at every turner, but we just have to see those blessings. Say you are in a room, just right in a second, look around you. Just kind of glance around. What do you feel at this second that you feel grateful for, that you feel love for, that it is okay, that gives you peace, that gives you harmony? I can look everywhere. I'm just glad to be alive today. That's what I am grateful for. That's what I see forth. But I can turn my head, and in every little speck, there's something always to bless you. Don't ever forget that blessings come from everywhere. And sometimes the biggest ones surprise us when we're not expecting it. So expect those miracles. Expect that love to come to you. Please, always expect. Okay. Any questions, please shoot them at me, okay? So folate acid. Folate acid has so many positive attributes, but the big thing is it helps anemia, and anemia is a very big part in this world. A lot of people are anemic. It is also given to women who are pregnant or going to become pregnant because it helps with the birth of the baby, the gestation of the baby, the health of the baby. It also plays a very important role in the breakdown of homocysteine. And these levels you do not want high. So this is an amino acid that exerts harmful effects in the body if it is too high. So folate is needed to produce healthy cells, healthy blood cells, and is very critical during periods of rapid growth. So that would be our children. When we're in utero, we need this. Our bodies need this. Our bodies require it. So folate is naturally pleasant, of course, in a wide variety of fruit. Again, there's those lovely green vegetables, fruits, fruit juices. But with fruit juices, remember how much sugar is in those fruit juices. If it's over 18%, you don't want it in your body. I mean, a lot of people drink it because they crave that sugar, but you don't want that sugar in your body because if you're a diabetic or if you are watching how your sugars are reacting, you don't want this to be totally out of line with your body. Folate itself is supported to improve the response of Alzheimer's disease. And it also works as some of their medication. They actually use this as some of their medications. As we know, or maybe you don't know, some of the Alzheimer and dementia and Parkinson medication are very dangerous medications, and they can cause people to slide even faster, unfortunately. So we really need to be careful. Again, I don't like to call them medication, but doctors do. The greater the vitamin T intake can even be associated with higher volume of gray matter. You don't want gray matter being high in your brain because your cognitive decline is going to happen rapidly. So it's very important to keep it apropos. So if it slows that brain, you're going to atrophy. And that's where it sets in with dementia and Alzheimer's. So clearly, vitamin Bs do play a role in our body. But again, muscle test. If you don't know how to muscle test, use these lovely little pendulums and just center yourself. Rest your elbow on the table and just let it sit here. If you don't know how to use this, get a hold of me. I'll tell you how to use it. I'll show you. If you don't want to use this and you want to use your fingers, I'll show you how to do that. It's very easy. So let's see if everybody's okay on this and no. Where do we need to be, Lauren? Okay, we're not even close to that. We're not even on the charts with that. Okay. It says a nutrient toxicity. So apparently, let's see what's pulling it out of there. B12, cobalamin. Okay. Someone's taking it. Several of us are taking too much of it. So let's just get rid of that. Not completely. Let's just reduce it down so our bodies can actually appreciate the folic acid. My chest just got on fire. Let's see why. Self-abuse. Let's see why this is so heavy. It's very heavy. I'm just reading. So self-abuse, I'll read you what it says in here in my little thing. Abusing the self emotionally includes negative self-talk, blaming, that's what it is, blaming the self. You know, we can be so hard on ourselves, and everybody does. I'm very critical of myself, and I'm sure you are of your own self. But remember what a true blessing we really are. And if you have that negative self-talk come in, stop it immediately. Tell it something else. Tell it to go away and put a positive in there. The more negative self-talk we say to ourselves, the sicker we will get, the more negative we will get, the more depressed we will get, and the more of that negative energy is sent out into the world. You don't want that negative energy swirling around you. You want positive energy. You want joy. You want happiness. You want peace. And I know at this time in our lives and in our country, in this world, that is a very hard thing to come by. But let's find it and let's bring that peace. If you're having a rough day and you're talking bad to yourself, call me, please. Text me. Let's talk. Let's not let you go through this alone. Let me help you get to where you need to be. Please, it would be my honor. Okay, so vitamin D. Everybody knows vitamin D, and this is supposed to be the lovely sunshine vitamin. But unfortunately, and I'm going to get mad at my computer, because of everybody utilizing sunblock and staying in the dark and not coming out in the sunlight, we're deficient. And we shouldn't be, of the most beautiful resource we have. So when you have the consequences of low vitamin D, especially those who live in the northern hemispheres, you're going to have a little problem, and it's going to be depression. It is also a fat soluble vitamin, but the SETA course load is responsible for increasing. Remember, it has more than one beautiful thing that it does. So it increases the absorption of calcium, magnesium, and phosphorus in our body and other biological effects. And we do need this in our body to function. Some people that live in different hemispheres actually have what's called a SAD light. And they sit in an hour in the morning and an hour at night to get the vitamin D they need because they don't have sunlight, if that makes any sense. We need sunlight to survive. Now, food, salmon, sardines, cod liver oil, tuna, egg yolks, and mushroom. But it's also very important for the absorption, again, of calcium and phosphorus, and actually facilitating our normal immune system. Now, if you're liking meat, liking fish like this, we have to be careful, again, for arsenic poisoning. It's very high right now. So if you don't know how to get rid of that and you get it in your body and you test for arsenic, run it backwards, run your pendulum backwards, your hand backwards over it. You can even do it like this or run it like this, like I do, or this way, however you do, and remove this from your body. And then when you put good energy in it, you want to run it forwards in a clockwise position. If that makes any sense to you, if not, contact me. We'll go into that a little bit further. So getting enough vitamin D is so important for our health and for our development, our growth of our bones and our teeth. That's why it is so doggone important for those kids to get outside and get away from these machines that they're on all the time. Put your phone down, get your backside outside, go for a walk, go for a hike, go to the lake, get outside, have a picnic, have a bonfire. That's at nighttime, but we can do it during the day too. So since vitamin D, helps perform again with cognitive tests. If you don't have a good vitamin D source and you're not high in your vitamin D, your cognitive behavior is not going to happen. It's going to decline. Now, if you want to increase your cognitive behavior, just also by taking this, but playing certain games like solitaire, Sudoku is very good. Playing games with your family, doing things together, just not by yourself on that cellular phone, but do things together as a family. Again, vitamin D is fat soluble. And unlike the vitamin D actually can store in your body and won't be toxic, and your body can pull from it. But with vitamin Bs, you can become very toxic very quick. So again, it's so important to muscle test and be arranged with this. So everybody is good on vitamin D, which is excellent. I'm very happy with that. Great. Just want to make sure. God, yes, yes, yes. Okay, he says, get outside. Vitamin K. Again, another fat-soluble vitamin found mostly in foods and marked as a dietary supplement. You can get it in kale, greens, broccoli, spinach, green things. But if you're deficient in it, it could very well cause some problems. Your cell membranes, and you may not think about this because most people don't, can actually leak and malfunction. So you can bleed and not even realize why you are bleeding. And this can go along with other disease processes. And you cannot make certain that the hormones that are responsible for a gamut of health problems, like the regulation of blood clotting and inflammation control, if you're low in this, it's not going to occur. You're going to struggle. So without them, remember that you cannot relax the arteries, and they also cannot contract properly. So like if you got cut, you're going to bleed, and you're going to bleed like a stuffed little piggy. Sorry, I don't know why that came out like that, but anyway, that's what occurs. So make sure that this is okay in your body. It also plays a very protective role in your body and in your autoimmune, especially for lupus clients and rheumatoid arthritis. It is very painful, and this is a very important thing. So we could mention other disease processes, but if we did, we'd be here for a while. So it also has a big impact on your brain. Doesn't everything have a big impact on our brain and our cognitive decline? In aging, they've even hurled it as a safe alternative to antidepressants. And that would be amazing. There are many herbs and vitamins that can help with that. So several studies have been done and found that the reduction in sleep, sexual dysfunction, anxiety, and depression by adding this to your body. So does everybody take vitamins of one sort or another? Rob, you do? Laura, do you take vitamins? Jeffrey, do you? Dave, do you take vitamins? Oh, of course you do. Alyssa, you take vitamins, right?
I do.
Okay. Now, does everybody have special vitamins that they like or no? Do you have a certain one that you take every single day? If anybody wants to chat, go right ahead.
I do. I have a brand that I like.
What do you utilize, Alyssa?
Um, it's kind of a little bit of like a whole food vitamin, and then they formulate it for better absorption, that kind of thing.
Oh, okay. Okay. Laura says yes. And Dave says D3. Laura, what do you utilize? You can unmute yourself. You can show your face. We have no judgment here. Everybody loves everybody. Always remember that you're always safe in this group. Always, always, always.
Yeah, hi. I just recently went to see Showtie,
Oh,
and
beautiful.
so he mentioned that I needed to start taking salt,
Okay.
and it's actually good for everybody. I know I live in Canada,
Okay.
so I know a lot of doctors aren't so much for salt, but
Right.
it's not the iodized salt because that's very toxic.
Right.
But it's like a sea salt, and that's actually
Mhm.
starting to pull the toxins out of my body.
Oh, excellent, excellent. Sea salt is very good for us. And a lot of people don't realize that. A lot of people don't use salt at all and realize that you do need some form of salt. It's very good that the doctor actually said that. A lot of them will not tell you to utilize that. So Rob uses B12 and folic acid, and that's very excellent, Rob. And I hope you're using a few more. Maybe we can test for what other ones you need. So let's see if everybody is aligned with this vitamin and they are not. We're not absorbing. Just a second, let me see. Oh, and a multi. Good, good, good. You might want to check out, I'll talk to you afterwards, Rob. Just a second. There's a reason we're not absorbing. This is actually, this hasn't come up for a long time for this bigger group. It actually is coming up for a miasm. Now, a miasm is a reverberation of an ancestor's imbalance. So this is from a mother's mother, 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 mother. Ooh. 7,000 years. And they are deficient in food. Oh, my Lord, have mercy. They were starving. May God have mercy. So let us just. Sorry, I can feel all of that. I don't know if y'all are real sensitive to that. So we're just going to ask this to be released. Side to side, back to back, past, present, future, parallel. And let's please send back and go back and give them the nutrition that they need and allow that to come to the forward to the genetics now. Yes, with unconditional love, vitality, strength, honor. They are afraid. Okay. Pure and utter terror. It is actually corded. I can feel it. I'm shaking. So let's remove this intense terror and replace it with calmness and worthiness. And it is very much corded. Sorry. Woo. Let's just replace it all with love and peace and remove all negative energy and allow the peace and harmony to come to these people and bring it forth. Let's stop it here so it does not go on to anybody else in any family. It is done. Thank you. Wow. I'm going to break out of that. I don't want to feel that anymore. Okay. Whew. Everybody, if you could take a deep breath, please. And just let it flow, please. Whew, that was a lot of energy there. Is everybody okay? Everybody okay? Everybody breathing okay? Yeah? Are you sure? Okay. Okay, I just want to make sure. Hi, Julie. Pooty Pooty. Hello, beautiful. It's good to see you. Everybody, these are our longtime friends. They were in the military with us, and we have not had the enhancement to give them squeezes and hugs for a very long time. So I'm reaching you through here and giving you hugs and loves. It is so wonderful to see you. Thank you. Bless you. So this is what I have for you tonight on this very beautiful thing of vitamins. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate. Unblock yourself, unmute. And I just want to, when we end all good things, I always like to give a prayer. So let me stop screen share for a moment, please. And if you would, please. Heavenly Father, I am so thankful and grateful for you being present tonight. And we are so honored to have each one of you here with us tonight. I pray that each one of your souls are blessed so beautifully that everything you wish for and manifest comes true for you. And thank you for giving us this honor to be here with me tonight. God bless each one of you. Thank you.